This ship has been hit by an asteroid, and it's even on the verge of being smashed. In the system's view, the ship has obvious problems. It turns out that its quicksilver armor is gray and defective inside. The man scrambled to maneuver the ship, wanting to get out of here. No wonder those miners ran so fast. But the quicksilver alloy armor broke, and the asteroid that hit the hull was too massive. The impact on the armor is beginning to cause structural damage to the hull, and there's no way to get out of this airspace. Viper told everyone to brace themselves. Our armor is strong enough. There's still hope. We've got to get out of this airspace at full speed. But the damage to the outer armor has increased dramatically. There's something wrong with the armor. Fucking counterfeits. Fucking black market. I should never have bought this shit. At that moment, there was an explosion in the starfield. Fortunately, they were equipped with a lifeboat and managed to get out of danger. The lifeboat is capable of jumping a short distance at once, and still has the ability to navigate, but the opposite Vipers let out a long breath, finally got their lives back. But what is that in front of them? Only to see a battleship in front of them. The huge battleship above them managed to cover them. Unexpectedly, the huge battleship attacked them. What happened? The lifeboat was hammered away by the robots, and Vipers stood frozen in place. In a flash, the crowd reacted by shouting and shooting at the robots, but they were unharmed. At that moment, the robot leader locked onto them and waved his finger to attack them. As expected, Vipers were shot in the head and fell backwards as blood burst out. After the leader was killed, the rest of the minions were even more vulnerable. All the hidden dangers in the lifeboat had been eliminated, so Wang Dou gave the order to prepare to leave the main gun aiming. Unprecedented energy erupted in the starfield, and even smashed the lifeboat into ashes. After all, within the lifeboat's light brain, the most likely location to contain titanium crystal or should have a high probability of possible appearance. Although this kind of information can't be hidden, it's time to meet up with the others. The forward base is guarded by a scout ship, and they're really hiding on the outskirts of the mine. I'm afraid of being captured by the Sky Tiger merchant team, but after we run out of supplies, we have to go back even if we don't want to. Wang Dou said that he was just reminding them, and that we should rely on Uncle Chao's experience in order to kill the Sky Tiger merchants. I didn't realize that everyone wanted to listen to Wang Dou, but he said he was young and could only thank him for his kindness. A few days ago, when I was mining, I happened to save Qin Wanli of the Empty Shark Chamber of Commerce, and they purchased 2 new assault ships. If we join the Air Shark, we'll be rewarded for helping us stop the Sky Tiger's retaliation. In that case, there will be no problem. A few days later, the scout ship of the Sky Tiger merchant fleet will not still be guarding outside. As Wang Dou guessed, after waiting for a few days, the scout ship finally left. It seems that the fight between the Empty Sharks and the Sky Tigers has finally come to an end, and we can probably get a lot of rewards this time. Wang Dou was about to take a good rest, but he didn't expect Qin Wanli to find this place. He said he just received the news and rushed here. You were really great this time. Let's celebrate together. 7 days ago, in the sky above the mining planet, our air sharks beat up the Sky Tigers in public, and the opponent was sunk on the spot. Now, only Chen Bao is left in the Sky Tigers, and after their base was annexed, they've been reduced to a third-rate force. Thanks to your help this time, I'll pay the bill to take you to a good place today. Wang Dou hooked up a smile. Then I won't be polite with you. So the two of them rested for a while and then drove to the town to join the party. Wang Dou has already recovered his spirit. Brother, your car is really good. Is the new Lamborghini sports car, right? Qin Wanli suddenly laughed out loud. Wang Dou brother has good eyesight. This is also what I bought with great difficulty. This party of theirs was actually initiated by Lin Kai. The Lin family is the local snake of the mining planet. Lin Kai is considered to be the boss of this generation of the Lin family, and tonight's party is a marvelous exchange of ideas. However, the Lin family was actually very uncomplicated, rooted in the Blackstone barony a long time ago, and owned a powerful fire seed battleship. Wang Dou suddenly condensed his gaze. Old Qin, do you mean that everyone in the Lin family cannot be moved now? But the Lin family's battleship has disappeared and is basically certain to have fallen. It seems that the Kingfisher Guild and the Lin family are not simple. The guild on the mining planet is just the tip of the iceberg of the Lin family. So the two of them stopped communicating and rushed to the party site with their own thoughts in mind. They quickly arrived at their destination. Lin Kai had chartered the Lingxiu Hall as the venue for tonight's party. This Li Shui villa is really good. It's also ranked within the Blackstone Baron. Wang Kai was at the door to welcome the guests, and he opened his hand in excitement, saying that he'd heard a lot about them. Unexpectedly, they patted Lin Kai on the back, causing Lin Kai to laugh continuously and hurriedly invited them into the party. Wang Dong agreed to the party invitation this time, mainly to prepare for the future. What will happen tonight? In his previous life, he had been admitted into the baronial mansion and received the training of a noble heir before acquiring the cultivation knowledge of the body forging technique. So it was important for Wang Dong to be admitted to the baronial house and acquire the heir status. They came to the big hall with their own thoughts, but they saw that the black-haired beauty's eyes were a bit strange. Sure enough, Wang Dong quietly nodded his head to her. It's been a long time since I've seen the class president. She still looks gorgeous. At this time, Qin Wanli suddenly spoke up. Just that Zheng Yin you must know. The two men are Lu Tao. Phantom Internet Cafe is his family opened. The woman is Lu Tao's sister. The man watching the scenery from the window, Huang Wu, is also the head of the mining planet and has a good temperament to play with. The small forces gathered in the corner over there are actually ranked within the top 20 of the mining planet. Qin Wanli was so proud of himself that he said, "Brother, we're the best in the world at remembering people." While they were talking, a girl came from the back and introduced them to the origin of green tea. It turned out to be Gao Wanqing Gao. After all, this is her territory. Of course she can say whatever she wants to say. Qin Wanli suddenly stood up. Sister Qin is right. I just didn't expect you to come to Lingxiu Hall. He hurriedly introduced to Wang Dong. This is the legend of the mining planet. Li Shui Villa's Gao Wanqing Gao general manager. Wang Dong shyly rose to greet. Gao Wanqing said do not need to be so polite, and Wanli the same call sister on the line. But Wang Dong was excessively shy and said that it would be a bit inappropriate. Gao Wanqing pretended to be a little tangled, as the mining area of the star field. Mr. Wang Dong may have ideas, right? Wang Dong suddenly began to shame. Sister Qin was forced by the situation. We all work together to fight back. Gao Wanqing is not teasing them. Little fatty, remember to say hello to your sister on my behalf. She hasn't been here for a while. When the beauty completely left, the two even looked at each other and laughed like a silly boy. Sister Qin seems to have had a change of heart in the last few years, so she went to the mining planet to open this lodge. Her background is really mysterious. I heard that her husband has a powerful battleship and showed up when he sent Sister Qin back here, so they were all very polite to her. But with such a powerful battleship, why open such a lodge? But now that the party has begun, Qin Wanli has no choice but to bring him to meet the celebrities. At that moment, the bouncer reported to Lin Kai that two guests from the Tianfang Earl's domain were trying to molest the waitress. How dare they come to our Blackstone barony? Let's kill them! So they went out to find out where the Tianfangs were. Tianfang two people actually did not flinch, until we are who was still arrogant, out to do what reserved. All the people into the Li Shui villa, naturally, to comply with the rules. The two previous behavior will be included in the blacklist. Tianfang is still sober. Dare to ask your villa bosses which big brother. Gao Wanqing has already come over. The lapdogs of Count Tianfang are really also human-like. The Li Shui villa does not welcome all Tianfang's men. Lao Luo, you take them and give them a ride. Get out of the mining area cleanly. The bodyguards quickly arrested them and planned to send them back home. Sister Gao is really ruthless. She's aiming for their lives. She's throwing them away as if they were goods. It's rumored that Sister Gao has a grudge against Tianfang. She fell victim to Tianfang once, so she was forced to go to the outer world to make a name for herself. Would Tianfang be indifferent? But after all, the mining area is still the territory of the Blackstone Baron. Even if Tianfang is annoyed, it won't have much effect on the Blackstone barony. When Wang Dong just arrived at the base, he was informed that from now on, he doesn't need to pay all the expenses. Zhou Laosan, the guy who has been enriching himself, was sent to prison after his boss broke his hand. Chen Bao, the new Chen Bao of the Sky Tiger merchant team, has handed over many trading channels, so the miners don't have to worry about reprisals. The battleship is now in a state of concealment, and the signal capture function of the alien space has been activated. This ship's fire has received the signal from other space, and can open the other space battlefield. Please confirm with the captain. Wang Dong has no difference, and issued the order to enter the battlefield of the alien space with a calm expression. The radar has detected the enemy. The number of first-class starships is 35,688. The threat is very high. The battleships of the two sides are similar. Wang Dong can't distinguish the strength of the two sides. There is no room for battle. As for the so-called let both sides to maintain parity, can only catch who will beat who, so ordered the main gun ready. Just see the warship quickly lifted the concealment, launched a strong energy to the opposite side of the attack. The opposite side of the warship was instantly knocked away, but he seems to be a bit high profile, shooting too fast to easily attract attention. Anyway, they can't do it at all, so they'll take a shot at the periphery first and then switch to another position to harvest the source points. The battleships gradually drew closer to the inner part of the battlefield, sinking more than 5,000 battleships in the past 8 hours, gaining more than 1,400 units of source points. Both sides have fought to the point of redness. No one can take a step back, and no action can be taken in a short time. Blue is at a disadvantage. Red is attacking blue on all fronts with a superior number of 9,000 ships. Blue is rapidly shrinking to 500 ships. Red's advantage is becoming more and more obvious. It seems that the battle is about to end. The battlefield staggered back and forth point of view, suddenly dense up. This is the beginning of the negotiation? Wang Dou instantly realized that the negotiation had collapsed, and had to order the battleships to turn on full power and move away from the giant battleships. But around their battleship, countless small battleships attacked it. Battleship's high-energy response is upgraded. Prepare the ship for impact prevention and activate the energy shield. It seems that both of them know very well that the struggle of those close to the ship will be stopped, while those far away will run away. It's only a first-class interstellar civilization, but they've come up with this kind of gravitational collapse field bomb. It's really abominable. It seems that the second elected Marquis has hooked up with a high-level civilization and obtained a gravitational collapse field weapon. If it's a real black hole, there's no way the Ikaruga will be spared. But with the energy provided by the giant battleship, it was already incredible to be able to open up such a place. So Wang Dou instantly erupted, with 120% power output, and the aft main thruster went all out. Wang Dou angrily gritted his teeth. This battlefield within the battlefield is really abominable. It's simply nonsense teasing people. But the ship's hull damage has reached 44%. Azimuth adjustment engine loss of 3. About to drop thrust. So Wang Dou hurriedly issued an order to force the ship to exit the overclocking state and check the Ikaruga after the thrust drop. The damage to the ship's hull quickly reached 68%, and the thrust of the damaged main engine dropped drastically, less than 30%, until the battleship erupted a huge energy, quickly towards the opponent after the attack. Wang Dou wearily sat down on the seat, finally survived. Medical robot nutrient solution. The robot instantly popped out, using source points to repair the engine to start. Repair engine part damage degree 77%. The repair consumes source points 154 points. Repair time 154 minutes. This time it's equivalent to paying 1/10 of the harvest. Now there are only 1,477 source points left. The harvest of source points this time is quite a lot, which is worth the hard work of a General Fire Seed warship for several years. Wang Dou felt that his body was almost recovered and his engine was repaired. It was time to go and collect the loot, so he operated the battleship and quickly collected the yellow ball of light, which was actually a miniature gravitational collapse field generator. This is the main component of the Zijing Kingdom's weapon, the gravitational collapse field annihilation bomb. Although I can't use it, the kingdom hangs it on the platform all year round. With a purchase price of 30,000 source coins for 30 points of light, every Spark warship is capable of connecting to the network and performing various operations through the ship's sparks. It's better to wait until we have a chance to get to the Prosperity Starfield before logging into a new account safe. So now that the job is done, we have to prepare to return to the ship as well. Luckily we had the foresight to finish collecting what we had to deliver before, and we're finally back in the home universe. The damage to the hull structure is not a problem. With the passage of time, the hull structure can recover on its own. Wang Dou has to go back quickly. He still has a date with Xing Yan and the others for a drink. He decisively consumed 1 unit of low-grade crystals to double the growth value of the module. He also consumed 3 tons of 200 source points of gas or to strengthen the quantum entanglement system to level 3. The standard main cannon was quickly upgraded, and its current attribute was maximum attack strength. There are only 177 source points left after this upgrade, but the pond leveled up to level 8. After Wang Dou maneuvered a bit, he came to the gathering place at high speed. He shouldn't be late, right? Xing Yan and the others went forward, excitedly dancing, and hurriedly invited him to hurry in. I heard that Gao Wanqin of Lishui Villa, the person in charge of Tianfang, drove back to his hometown, and this hidden danger disappeared. In 2 days, on the 7th of September, the fleet from the Black Stone will arrive at the mining planet, and Wang Dou will soon become the heir apparent. The Baron is too ill to manage the Baron's affairs, so the Baron's wife and his bannerman are responsible for many matters, and the Baron's wife hopes that her stepson will succeed the Baron. On the face of it, I have to deal with the Baroness, the younger members of the Baron's family, and another illegitimate son. When I returned to the barony in my previous life, I was intercepted by a band of pirates and attacked by an unidentified firebender. I was nearly killed myself. So the barony is an important stepping stone, and it won't happen again, as expected, hiding in an asteroid with complicated terrain. If I hadn't asked the pond to expand its distance, it would have been hard to spot it. This battleship is the Spark battleship that suddenly killed me during the battle in my previous life. This time I'm going to strike first. The Mirage system is really powerful. He can use his hangover to avoid showing his face. If I were in another airspace, I might have to use the Mirage system, but now I can release an air mine and fix it on the meteorites around the enemy ship. I didn't realize it was hiding so covertly, strictly adhering to the infiltrator's professional ethics. It's doing a great job when changes occur within the airspace, but the setup time is almost up. Retreat away from this airspace. There was a lot of gravitational turbulence in the asteroid belt until the two energies collide, and there is a violent explosion. By finding the turbulence and timing the detonation, pieces of the meteorite connect to the planets on a collision course. Out of compensation, the neighboring stars are affected and are constantly filling in as a key point of proximity to the unidentified warship. This backfill effect has a direct impact. Each copy of the MIA particles is recorded, making the Firebringer warship detection communications restricted. In fact, using MIA particles so recklessly, no matter what person you are standing behind, your time is up in this life. Sure enough, the battleships in the star field directly shattered. Countless bits and pieces of debris fell quickly, but Wang Dou wants to search the wreckage, recover the trophies, find the enemy ship black box to destroy. As expected, Viscount Highland accumulated 53 rounds of main gun ammunition and 450 pieces of standard energy. The wreckage of the enemy ship will gradually scatter, and the wreckage itself will continue to die. After a while, all the wreckage will be digested and become part of the material. At this time, the doorbell suddenly rang, and a man stood calmly in front of the door. Wang Dou had to pause his scattered thoughts, quickly opened the door and found that it was not a familiar face. The man issued an invitation to him, inviting him to come to the administrative residence. The man suddenly exclaimed in surprise when he saw him. He really looked like the Baron when he was young, but as a commoner, he was suddenly subjected to such an unusual treatment, so he had to pretend to be uneasy and doubtful. The man said that when he saw him, he felt like he was back in his youth, and that there was nothing wrong with his appearance. The bloodline detection was actually superfluous, but he still obeyed the order and stabbed at Wang Dou. As expected, a green light came out from the detector, proving that their guess was correct. Your Excellency Wang Dou, please forgive my rudeness. My humble self is Chen Shai, and the one next to him is Chief Ding Wei-chun. Although you two already know your identities, I'm Wang Buluhang. My heart follows what I want to do. After investigation, Wang Dou's life trajectory is clear. He is an outstanding young man. It is more suitable for him to be the heir. Their purpose is to confirm the similarity of bloodline. In other words, to confirm the relationship. Everything that happened today, including the blood sampling process and the whole dialogue, will be sent to the Baron afterwards. But ever since he left the orphanage, he vowed to live like a man, and he's had to work hard to do that. It is well known that the Baron has 2 daughters, so my status is not honorable. That is to say, I am a rich man of leisure. The man said that he was too dumb to speak, or let Ding Wei-chun explain in detail. Baron Blackstone currently has no heir. They hope to be able to inherit from the mother's family, used to inherit the barony. The Baron also has an illegitimate son who is also included. You will need to make more of an effort. It's a maelstrom, and I need to think carefully about the threats I'll face if I step into it. Once my identity is out in the open, I'll be forced into it, so I might as well take the plunge. The two of them applauded. Your Excellency Wang Dou has extraordinary wisdom, worthy of having baronial bloodline. So Wang Dou bowed to the two of them. What should be done next, how to do, but also please 2 instructions. Although that bastard is still young, he has already made his mark. Your Excellency Wang Dou does not have an advantage. The so-called extraordinary supernormal ability means that the bastard has supernormal ability and only a few people know about it. Wang Dou said, I see. Other than that, brother, what other competitors are there? So far, it's mainly that bastard and the 2 outstanding young men from our family. The Baron has struggled for decades to open up a large territory of black stone, and then gained the title of His Majesty the King. for a qualified heir. His Excellency Wang Dong has already gained a lot of points by himself. They handed Wang Dong a black box containing a personal intelligent terminal. In his previous life, Ding Wei-chun was not so enthusiastic. It looks like this is the latest limited edition. The secrecy is extremely strong, comparable to military models. Qin Shai brought a few warships. Ding Wei-chun to give strong support to cope with the next attack is enough. It seems that around my home has laid a defense network. When he was still thinking, he suddenly took out his mobile phone to record a message. After all, when he returned to the barony, he had one foot in the vortex, so he would contact his friends after he stabilized. Only by fighting for the position of heir will my name be reported to the Council of Nobles and reviewed and approved for the title of knight. Then to buy a brand new battleship is the next important goal for me. Have the pawn secretly monitor the Sky Tiger merchant fleet. Is the only scout ship left going into action? I don't know if I'm right, but the Ikaruga would have to be cloaked to catch up. We'll set up unmanned stations at regular intervals and automatically clear them of threats such as space rocks. I didn't realize we'd succeeded. It's only natural that the station would be damaged by meteorites. Outside the rival ship, it seems to be peaceful and free of danger. Snake reported to Brother Panther that half an hour ago, all the tails have been wiped clean. As soon as they leave the minefield, they can change course at any time, and then they'll be safe. Thanks to Brother Pao's brilliant plan, we can leave the mine without any problems. What's the point of this station? Why didn't they clear the flight path properly? There are so many meteorites. It seems that they are lucky. Most of these strong containers are well preserved. Just see Wang Dong handsome out of the door. Take the initiative to meet belongs to their own life. The man asked him to go in and take a seat, and he was about to depart for the baronial territory. Wang Dong turned back to look at the mining star. I do not know when he will come back again after leaving this time. The man's battleship, the Lark, was a battle-comprehensive fire destroyer that could not be purchased by non-privileged classes. Even when facing a low-class battleship, the number of assault ships had to be high in order to have a chance against it. This is under the jurisdiction of the Blackstone Barony, and the surrounding area is adjacent to many territories respectively. The main reason is that no one can control the starfield completely, and we can't rule out the suspicion that there are nobles behind the scenes, although star thieves are not necessarily interested in mines, and generally won't attack mining areas. The situation is not good. Bohemia Kingdom's situation is still stable. The nobles only see direct attack as unlikely, but in the past life of the mine starfield follow-up leaks attracted many wolves and tigers to the already weak Blackstone fatal blow. The Baroness, who is not favored, is also a key target of vigilance. The minerals produced by the mining planets are of little value to the star pirates, and the star pirates can't chew on them. There aren't many in the neighborhood who can eat our fleet, and with the Lark your safety is assured. Before we left, your existence was known to very few, but it's no longer a secret. His Excellency Wang Jujuan is of pure character, and the Zhong family's strength can't eat our fleet. As for the others, which power is the closest to us? Qin Shai is a bit shocked. Is the Highland Viscounts can do will make the situation within the baronies more chaotic. If our fleet is hit hard, it will also add to the baronies' woes. I didn't expect the Lark to switch arrays quickly. It's really a well-trained fleet. Although we've killed that ship, there's no guarantee that the other side has any more tricks up their sleeve. At this moment, the subordinates suddenly reported that the scout ship has found a suspicious sign. Should we destroy it?